morning, welcome to everybody. Welcome to our Croydon College World of Work Meet the Employer webinar this morning. It's great to be here. We're here as part of National Apprenticeship Week, and we have a programme of activity this week to share with you, which will hopefully help and guide you into the roles that are available in Croydon for apprenticeships, as well as telling you a little bit more about how to apply and maybe some other considerations to think about if you are thinking of becoming an apprenticeship at the moment. I'm delighted that this morning I'm joined by a whole plethora of people. I'm going to invite them all now just to open up their cameras so they can all give you a wave. This morning is all about meeting Croydon employers, and I'm absolutely delighted that we have so many of them with us this morning. We'll just remove that slide and then everyone can see everybody. Put your cameras on, do please say hello. Our employers this morning are all with us from a variety of different places. Just to give them a shout out, you are going to hear from them all, but we have Mark from Co-Train, we have Craig from Go to Games, we have Alexandra and Amanda from Checkers Contract Cleaning, we have Solo and Karen from a company called ISG. Now they're an interior services group currently working on the cancer project at the Royal Marsden, and we also have Miles here from the Royal Marsden, Michelle from Access Europe, Divya from Admiral Construction, and Terry from Evolve. So as you can see, we've got a whole wealth of different companies here that are going to talk to you about their companies, about what they do with apprenticeships, and some of them may even have vacancies this morning that you may be interested in applying for. So without further ado, I'm going to invite Simon Friend, who is Head of Apprenticeships at the college, to give us an introduction and talk us through the role of the college. Thanks, Simon.
Thank you, Catherine. As Catherine said, there's some really exciting opportunities to get some insight into some brilliant employers that we work with. So really exciting event. Okay, so my role, essentially I oversee what is the world of work, which is really everything employer engagement wise, apprenticeship wise. And there are several strands very much around careers, skills and employability. So we've got, as you can see, industry placements, apprenticeships, distance learning and Kickstart program. So why an apprenticeship? Obviously, big focus on apprenticeships this week. So why an apprenticeship? So the essential thing with an apprenticeship that makes it very unique is that you literally earn while you learn. You're in a job and you're receiving training, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you're not sure about what career pathway you want to go down, it really can be a great choice, and you can actually of course avoid student loans, which can be a challenge for a lot of young people into their 20s and 30s. Actually gaining essential skills, knowledge and behaviors, which is something that you get when you're working with employers. Those are the three strands that are pertinent to every apprenticeship, no matter what discipline or which sector that's in. So it's all about skills, knowledge, behaviors relevant to that particular industry. It's very hands-on, as you would imagine, so that the skills and knowledge that you're developing are very much around the industry, whether it's about emerging technologies, new technologies and information, and what, virtually all sectors are rapidly evolving more recently with technology as well. So really exciting opportunities there. Achieve a nationally recognised qualification. All of the apprenticeship standards are recognised nationally, and I should say internationally. Actually, people may choose to travel, go abroad, and work, and these are transferable in terms of that passport it gives you. Improve employability skills. Of course, if you've been studying on a full-time course, or perhaps you've been out of employment or training for some time, obviously it's improving essential employability skills, many of which are transferable. So even if you're working in one particular industry at the moment, you want to transfer across, it helps you enhance those employability skills. And of course your career prospects really going forward. Often we'll have apprentices that will do a level 2, then go on to do a level 3, and often get promoted and perhaps even look to do higher level apprenticeships. So massive progression opportunities, whether that's with the company that you're with. Hopefully that company sees the benefits that you're offering them and they want to invest in you. So fantastic career progression there as well. So what are the benefits? As I mentioned about there's no fees for you to pay. Literally, You are being paid while you learn, which is fantastic. Virtually all of the apprenticeships that we offer, you can start any time of year. So what we tend to call that a roll on, roll off. So obviously employers have training needs at certain times of year, and we need to respond to that. So it's about bringing you as an individual together with those employers, those prospective employers, making sure it's a good fit through an interview and such like, to making sure that there's an opportunity for you to be successful on that apprenticeship. They are open to anyone between 16 and upwards, really. No age limit, quite literally. And we do get many apprentices that are in-house, that are already with a company that the employer decides, you know what, this person's worked with me for 20 years and I want to invest in them. So actually we have lots of adults doing apprenticeships as well as school leavers, really. Great way to gain, obviously, experience and qualifications, as I mentioned earlier. And of course, after, as I mentioned just now, really after that apprenticeship, the vast majority, I mean, we're talking sort of like 95 plus employers, apprentices, do go on to full-time employment in that same industry. Okay. And I mentioned you can then go on to degree level. And the great thing is with the level 4, level 5 apprenticeships, they have parity of esteem with foundation degrees and degrees that you'd study through university. And the programs as well, it's really important to emphasize, the programs are very much individualized around you and your needs. So if you've got prior learning, prior experience, we take that into account. We don't want to be repeating training on something you guys have already learned or achieved. Okay. You can see there some of the fantastic employers that we work with. There's just some examples there. And as you can see, we're the largest apprenticeship provider in the Southeast. We do have all of the team, whether they're on the recruitment side or on the delivery side, coming out into the workplace and assessing you, or teaching you the 20% off the job, all experts in their field. So we're very fortunate. We've got a fantastic team that can support employers and apprentices. And you can see there, just an example, and you'll see more of that in a minute, about the different sectors that we support right across the board, really. All the assessors are in-house as well. And a massive program of support to help you on that journey through your apprenticeship, whatever that is. We're able to provide that bespoke support for you. And of course, that's underpinned by those links with those employers. I mentioned the Kickstart program a little earlier. That is a fantastic initiative that the government launched last year. And essentially, this is a great feeder for apprenticeships as well. This is for 16 to 24-year-olds that are on universal credit currently and at risk of long-term employment, and employers can create and offer 6-month work placements for those individuals, which is a fantastic opportunity there, and again supported by the World of Work team. A great first step to kickstart your career, really. Okay. The work experience, 2 strands to that, actually. If you're studying a level 2 or level 3 full-time program at a college with aspirations to go on and get into industry, we do work experience for all of those learners, and that's 5 days across the year, across the academic year, which may be in block, it may be separate days. In addition to that, we also do industry placements, which is a really enhanced level 2, level 3 based program. To 20% of your college studies is going to be working in an industry placement and gaining essential employability skills and getting some invaluable insight into the world of work. Okay, and I'm going to hand back to Catherine. Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. We do have a question that's come in, which is quite apt. It's a question from somebody who is basically asking, obviously, because of the pandemic, many people have been disadvantaged in terms of their learning, and they're concerned that, they might not have the right qualifications. So the question really is, I'm just trying to find it now, actually, what options are available for those who do not achieve their desired grades, due to the lack of schooling over the pandemic? Can you answer that one, Simon? Because I know the college can help with that.
I'm happy to jump in there, if that's all right, Simon. Yeah, obviously we're doing everything we can to support learners given what happened last year. And for those of you who may not have received your grades to the level you would have liked, we do support you by doing an initial assessment in your functional maths and English when you start your enrolment process with us. Now, even if you don't have the GCSEs, but you can evidence that you can work at that level, then what we can do is we can actually build a functional skills program into your apprenticeship, meaning that not only will you gain the qualification, but you'll also gain GCSE equivalent grades as well. If for whatever you don't meet that grade, let's say it's business admin and you only get level 1 maths and English, what we can do is work with you and the employer to instead see if we can put you on a suitable program such as customer service to still give you that opportunity to undertake the employment opportunity. And again, we'll embed the functional skills into your program as well. So if you don't have it, it's not a case of you can't do anything. We'll do everything we can along with the employers and the additional resources at the college to help you get that grade during your apprenticeship program.
I think that's a really important message, and it's something that we covered in quite a big way on yesterday's webinar. I think the point is the college has a whole wealth of opportunities, and really whatever your current level of learning is, or whatever your grades are, there would be an opportunity for you to in some way engage through the college on a program that would lead to your world of work, whether that be a lower level apprenticeship, higher level apprenticeship, or as Andy says, supported by some additional learning. So the message really to everyone this morning is do reach out to the college, even if you're unsure about what particular subject you might want to study or you're concerned about your grades. Do reach out to the college and they can help get you to where you need to get to, which is the important message. So thanks for that, Andy. I'm going to invite Craig to come onto the call now. Craig is the owner of Go To Games, a great Croydon company, and you said it yourself earlier just before we went live, Craig. Your words were, "I love Croydon." You're in Croydon, you're a Croydon employer, and I know you're looking for some Croydon employees. So over to you, Craig.
How you doing, guys? So my name's Craig. I'm the director of GoToGames.com. I've been doing it for what feels like far too long. But I'm still enjoying it just as much as the sort of first days that I was getting started. So Go To Games is an online retailer of video games, consoles, and accessories. So I started it off as a bedroom startup, selling on eBay. I did that through my university years as well, and then when leaving, I was working in various pubs and things like that. But I continued to build the accounts that I was working on. So the gist is that Go To Games is a multi-channel retailer. So we sell across multiple platforms. So your Amazon, you may have bought off me before, for instance, if you're into video games. eBay, there's a new marketplace called OnBuy, but also we have our own branded website, which is Go To Games. The idea with Go To Games as the branded website is very different to what the marketplace model is, which is the marketplace model is very much buying and selling, whereas GoToGames.com is about giving the company a voice and giving it a community-led outlook. So we work very closely with White Label, for instance, and Croydon Commitment and various other entities within Croydon, including Crystal Palace Football Club and Legacy Youth Zone. Just over the last 2 years, we've really been developing our platform in order to firstly, obviously, generate sales and create a voice for the company and continue that developed growth, but also provide opportunities within the borough for various positions. The thing with university and apprenticeships, I went to university, and I've always been quite forward in the sense of saying that I believe that experience in many ways outweighs qualifications in an academic sense, and that's just because of the type of learner that I was at university. I think I would have been much better off just continuing and maybe gaining different types of accreditation. And then also there's the element of the fact that there's transferability of skills within those realms. So just because you're doing one job, it doesn't mean that it can't lead into other things. So it's about having the right sort of zest for life and understanding that it doesn't matter where you start and what you're doing. I worked for ITV, for instance, for a number of years, just in the background. And I started off stuffing envelopes for nothing, I'd travel up on my own. They didn't pay for my travel, and by the end of it, I was working in audience research, which led me to working on Britain's Got Talent, The Price is Right, X Factor, and things like that. So that's just something that I always try and preach within the realms of my business. That if you're coming in to do a job for me, then obviously there'll be lots of transferability of skills, and I'll make sure you know that. So the positions that I have available are data administration assistants, data analysts. There's a lot of multimedia stuff that we're doing. So we're launching a new YouTube channel with a gentleman called DTG. So he's got 160,000 subscribers. So there's lots of opportunity for content creators as well, and also, most importantly, in our business is customer service, because we like to keep our customers happy. So there's customer service positions as well. At risk of talking too much, I'll stop.
Thanks, Craig. So the message to everybody is that Craig, you could actually go into your breakout room when we open it. We will be opening up the breakout rooms, and Craig will be going into his own room, and you'll be able to meet with him and have another chat. But the main thing to say is that Craig does have vacancies, as he's already mentioned. They're live vacancies at the moment. He is looking to take on apprenticeships right now, and it's certainly a very exciting industry to be in, Craig, and an industry which I imagine has boomed in the current climate, unlike many others that sadly have had to struggle due to the pandemic. So thanks for that, Craig. We'll hear from you again in your breakout room. So just moving on now, we were expecting Matt to join us from Advanced Access Platforms. He's unable to be with us, but Andrew, you're just going to say a few words on his behalf.
Correct. So, hi everyone, I'm Andy Chalice, Business Development Executive from Croydon College, but I'll be talking on behalf of Advanced Access Platforms. So these are a Sutton-based employer who over the last couple of weeks with us have actually really helped to kick off our engineering program, looking at mechanical and electrical engineers to support the maintenance of their lift platforms. And the reason I was keen to have them involved in this is because I want people to understand that apprenticeships aren't just business admin and customer service, as historically there were maybe 5-10 years ago when I did an apprenticeship. There are great opportunities out there. There's a lot of diversity. You'll probably hear from some of the other employers later on that a lot of the programs that even now were traditionally more university or higher level programs like quantity surveying, engineering, HR are actually coming forward as apprenticeship standards themselves now. So it's a great way for you to broaden your horizon, maybe explore things that you were never told about in school, or perhaps have a personal interest in engineering as a hobby at home that you think you could pursue a career in. So I will be talking a bit more about this employer later on and some of the other opportunities they may have. So feel free to reach out or join me to hear more about that.
Great. Thanks very much. Thanks, Andy. We're going to move on. We're going to hear from Divya. Hi, Divya from Ardmore Construction. So welcome.
Hello there. Thanks, Catherine. Yes, hello, everyone. So I'm Divya Barker for Ardmore Construction, and we are a London-based construction company. We've been around for a good over 40 years now. We do anything from refurbishments of grey listed buildings to regeneration scheme projects. We've currently got about 5 sites around London at the moment. And I'm a resident liaison officer, so I work with the community groups that live in close proximity to our sites, handling any concerns they might have and engaging with them through various other activities. And I've been with the company for about 6 years now. So we do have a really great apprenticeship program. Currently, with what's happening around the world at the moment, we're not taking on as many apprentices as we'd obviously like to for health and safety reasons, due to the strict systems we've got in place on our sites. However, obviously in the future, that's something we love to get back into again. And we currently don't have any sites in Croydon. However, it's still wonderful to be here today to talk to everybody about the apprenticeships we can offer going forward. in most of the main trades, such as bricklaying, carpentry, painting and decorating, electrical. So it'll be lovely to talk more about that with the attendees today, once we're in the breakouts.
Great, that's great, thank you. You were on a site in Croydon, weren't you? Prior
Yes.
to the pandemic.
Yes, we were. I know that my line manager, she was working quite closely with you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
with certain programs, which was fantastic.
Yeah,
so,
no,
and obviously
so hopefully we'll see you back on site in Croydon soon. There's certainly lots of construction still going on in Croydon, and I guess as is shown by the amount of construction companies that we have with us on the call, it's clearly a booming area, and a really good opportunity for people to get into the world of apprenticeships by going down the apprenticeship route. So thanks for that, Divya. So now I'm going to ask Mark Pope, who's from SECB, to come and have a chat. Hi, Mark.
Hello, my name's Mark Pope and I'm from SECB, Co-Train. And Co-Train is a shared apprenticeship scheme that actually we employ the apprentice and we loan them to construction companies for short-term projects where they can't support an apprentice for the full time of the apprenticeship. So if it's a 3-year apprenticeship, then we employ them and they may want an apprentice for about a year. So we're loaning them to that company for a year and then we'll move that apprentice to another company working in that area after that first year so they can carry on with their apprenticeship and their training. We're very successful at it. I currently have approximately 10 apprentices attending Croydon at the moment on the construction management side of things at level 3 and level 4. And most of our apprentices, I'll say 95% of our apprentices that complete the course go on to work in construction with the host companies that we place them with eventually. So we say we're another alternative way of getting an apprenticeship. We're not here to replace traditional apprentices. We're here to add extra people and bring more young people into the industry. The trades we do are all the basic trades. So we do carpentry, brickwork, painting and decorating, interior systems. We've done plastering in the past as well, but we've also been very successful in the level 3 management side of things in construction and the built environment. And we are now doing this year for the first time level 4 apprenticeships in construction site supervision, which have been very, very popular with people that have got really good grades in school. Again, we're here to support you. We do the recruitment, we work with the construction companies and we book your college place. And one of the reasons I use Croydon College is because they do the roll on, roll off. Construction sites do not follow the educational calendar. They start up usually at any time, so they recruit at any time in the year. So what we do is we recruit for what that site needs. So we work very closely with the construction companies. So you'll be hearing from ISG in a minute. We've actually worked with ISG on their Winchester prison project, and we had an apprentice with them there. So I do have vacancies, but they're not in the Croydon area at the moment. I have vacancies in Hounslow, Woking, Reading, and along the south coast of England as well at the moment. So more than happy to speak to anybody. If you want any advice on how to get into the construction industry, on how to apply, or if you're interested in any of the vacancies I have, I'm more than happy to speak to you later on.
That's fantastic. Thanks very much, Mark. Just a note to all panelists, if you're happy to share your contact details, do please pop them in the chat so that if anyone wants to pick up with you directly, that they can. And obviously the college will be picking up with everybody on the call directly on a one-to-one basis following today, just to make sure that you have the information you need and to see if the college can help you place you into an apprenticeship in the future. I think the point that Mark made around the fact that most apprenticeships do end up in employment with that company is a really valid point. I think most companies, I know my company, if we're going to invest in someone, then you're actually investing with them and hoping that they're going to stay with you long term once their apprenticeship is finished. So I think that's a really good way into a permanent role. So thanks for that, Mark. Going to invite now Terry from Evolve Apprentices to have a chat with us. Hi, Terry.
Hello, how is everyone? Hopefully great. Hopefully everyone can understand my Kiwi accent. We're not generally too hard to understand, but basically I work with Evolve Apprentices. Now we work very similar to Co-Train. We are a shared apprenticeship scheme. We are a social value company, not for profit. So our biggest thing is of helping anyone into apprenticeships, but definitely those from sort of maybe more disadvantaged backgrounds who are struggling a little bit more. And our hope is to offer them an opportunity to get into what is actually a really awesome career path. You can really go far. So what we do with the whole shared apprenticeship scheme is that we have contractors all over London. They come to us and they ask us, have you got an apprentice that's doing this trade in this area that we can have on site who we're unable to employ ourselves? So we either have an apprentice and we chuck them on site who's needing another work placement and ready to go, or we will employ a new apprentice. And we go through the full recruitment process, interviews with us, interviews with the contractors, we'll sort out CSCS if needed, and we'll get you guys on site. So at this stage, I'm sort of the same as Ardmore. We don't quite have a site in Croydon at the moment, but what we do have is we have opportunities for those that maybe want to do a traineeship. Now with that, we partner with Learning and Skills Solutions. There's a few eligibility requirements, which I'm happy to go through, but basically it's a beginning level work placement sort of qualification that you can get. They can go through CSCS, you do 70 hours worth of work experience, and they can do the likes of functional skills and such for maybe those that haven't quite got the GCSEs they would like. So that is something I'm sort of more willing to discuss today, and also just provide some more, I guess, clarity around apprenticeships, how to get into apprenticeships, what type of apprenticeships they are, and sort of maybe what's more of a fit for you in terms of what you do. So yeah, that's pretty much us.
Great. Thanks, Terry. So just to remind everybody, in a very short while, we're going to be opening up the breakout rooms, which means you can go in, choose which rooms you want to go into and have a chat on a more one-to-one basis with all of the people on the call today. But don't forget, you can use that chat function if there's a particular question you want to ask ahead of that. So moving on, I'm going to invite Amanda and Alexandra from Checkers, another great local company, to talk to us about their apprenticeships. Hi, Amanda and Alexandra.
Good morning, all. This is Alexandra here. So we are from Checkers Contract Services. We are a specialist services partner predominantly in housing sector, providing facility services, compromising cleaning, landscaping, agricultural, building and electrical services. We've been operating for over 30 years. And we employ over 550 people, and we have 2 offices, and one in Orpington as well. At the moment, we are looking to recruit for a couple of apprenticeship. We have a couple of apprenticeships available in the business, which is mainly in the business support that we. And these vacancies is to be taken on in our local office in Croydon. There are benefits around working for us. There's potential to this. We offer training and support. There's an opportunity as well for you to gain and develop a range of skills, and as well as, for all the there's 90% of apprentices that have a job with us at the end of their apprenticeship once they've completed. And that's it from me. Thank you.
Very much. Thanks. I was just muted there. Thanks very much. Alexandra, we're going to move on. And I think our final, Axis. We've got Axis next. Hi, Michelle. Hi.
Oh, hi everyone, nice to see you. My name's Michelle. I'm the apprentice coordinator at Access Europe. Been working with apprentices for about 17 years now, absolutely love it. A bit about Access. So we're a very large property services company. We were set up in 1986, so quite a long time ago. We have about 900 employees and many subcontractors. We're very much about our people, so we've got a Gold Investors in People award. We have about 10 offices, and we have an office in Croydon. We have different sectors. So we have office refurbishment and commercial maintenance. We have a heritage sector, We have like property repair and maintenance, and then we're a social housing contractor. So we carry out repair and maintenance in tenants' homes. So our apprenticeship scheme, so all our apprentices makes up 10% of our workforce. So we're very much about our apprentices at Access Europe. We have over the years, so obviously the apprenticeship scheme's been running about 30 years. So we've had about more than 400 people that started their careers through our apprenticeship programme, and many have stayed with Access, and we've got supervisors and managers, or some have become skilled as an electrician and stayed with us as an electrician. So it's all about what the individual wants to do, really. So the founders of Access, the founders and owners, they all started out as apprentices themselves. So that's why they're very passionate about their apprenticeship scheme. We currently have apprentices in trades such as like the construction trade, so carpentry and joinery, and we have plumbing, electrical, gas engineers, painters, multi-trade. And then we have our, sort of office space. So we have business administration, accounting and finance, and then we have our quantity surveyors as well. So currently what we're doing at the moment is looking at our apprenticeship opportunities, and we should be releasing in the next couple of months the vacancies that we're looking to offer for the apprenticeship scheme. So thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Moving swiftly on, conscious of time, going to invite Solo from the ISG group just to give us a quick introduction. Hi, Solo.
Hi, I was looking to make this a little bit longer, but I won't. I'm conscious of time as well. So I'll just give you an overview. We are ISG, which is a global construction service company. So we work all over the world, but we have projects all over nationwide, all over the UK. We've currently got a site in Royal Marsden, where I will obviously get my colleague to elaborate on in our breakout room, and we will be taking on apprentices probably later this year around August time. That's when one of our subcontractors will be taking on apprentices to work on site. With that, we as a main contractor, we employ a host of subcontractors, and we work with a host of companies in order to bring on apprentices. So we have worked with Evolve, we've worked with K10 and Joe Brennan. So these are training providers that do provide us with apprentices. And we also have an internal apprentices scheme, which I will get my colleague Karen to kind of elaborate on what we offer in terms of apprenticeships and when we take on apprenticeships. But all that information will be shared with you guys in our breakout room.
Perfect, lovely. Thank you, Solo. That's great. We're just going to very quickly now just to tell you what your next steps are, and then we're going to open up the breakout rooms. There is a question actually from someone who's 38 years old, just finished his City and Guilds ICT, and is about to start a Microsoft MTA. Would he fit into the programme? I think I know the answer. The answer is come and have a chat to the college. I'm sure there is a place for you somewhere, and I think the main thing to say from today is talk to the college, talk to Simon, talk to Andy, and we will be reaching out to you all individually to find out exactly what your needs are. But the message is that apprenticeships are open to everybody of any age, of any qualification, and it's the role of the college to work with you to try and make that fit work and find you the right employer. So do please make the most of the college. So I'm just going to invite Andy now just to quickly talk us through a couple of slides, and then we'll open up the breakout rooms. Hi, Andy.
Hi all. So yeah, I'll just breeze through this really quickly. So for any of you who are interested in any of the opportunities, apprenticeships or employers, your details will be shared with us after this event, and we will individually contact all of you. If there are live jobs with us or with our partners who are with us today, they can be found on our Croydon College website. The link is displayed, or on the employers' sites directly. If you're unsure or you don't see an opportunity that you are interested on there, please do reach out to myself or a member of the team. I'll share all of my contact details later. And in regards to the person with the IT skills already, we will assess that to what the modules are covered within the programs you're interested in. If you've already done substantial learning towards that course, you won't be eligible, but we can look to support you on perhaps choosing an alternative program or a higher level program if we offer it. And again, if you don't have the necessary maths or English qualifications, we can fully support you to obtain them before or during your apprenticeship. Once you register your interest with us, we'll conduct your initial assessment, which is just looking at your background, your experience, your qualifications, and then we will work with you to help revamp your CV and cover letter to send them across to our employers. There will be a formal interview process with the employers, so it will be as if you are applying for an actual job. But again, we will fully support you through that whole process with initially sending your CV across and then providing feedback afterwards, whether you're successful or not. And we will continue to support you regardless of the outcome of that, where we can possibly do so.